Today we're gonna dye my hair. I'm gonna go from this to this. So I wanted to figure out a way to lighten my hair without using bleach. So I had my hair before, had this top part, was all my natural hair that had grown in virgin hair. So I used color to lift my hair by pairing a high level color, so like a 9, 10, or 11 or 12, those in the high range that are lighter technically than my natural color, which is about a 7. Sorry, all of those technical terms are for those hairdressers out there, but basically black hair is a 1 and blonde white hair is a 12. Well, it's more like a 10 technically, but there are colors that are like 11s and 12s to help lift you to those super bright white colors. So you figure out where your natural color is within that scale, and then from there you can lift your hair with color if there's no pigment already on the hair. So color doesn't lift color as a rule of thumb across the board, like it just won't do it. Meaning if you already have color on your hair, color isn't going to lift through that. The only thing that will is traditionally bleach. So for me, because I hadn't colored my hair, I could lift my hair with color. So I got some color, found out the formulation that I wanted to use. It was a mix of a 10 and a 12 with ashy undertones to kind of counteract the warmth that comes whenever you're lifting hair, because that just happens regardless. So I got some color, and then the first thing that I did was a test strip. So basically what that is taking a small section of hair in the lower back portion of your head where it isn't going to be super visible in case the results turn out terrible. Mix up a small amount of the formulation that you're planning on using and apply that to that section. Let it process for the full time, wash it out to be able to see how your hair reacts to a new color. You can see in the footage here, I just got a section of hair from the back lower portion of my hair. I had my husband apply the color and then rinse that out after I had waited the full 40 minutes for it to process. After I saw the results and I was happy with that, I went ahead and applied that same formulation. Obviously a new batch, because 40 minutes later the color is not still going to be good. It's going to have oxidized. So I mixed up a new batch and applied that to all of my head where I had virgin hair previously. So I was avoiding applying it on my ends so that I could leave those and not lift them any further or damage them any further, because the lightness of my ends was already good. So after I did that, I let it process for the full 40 minutes, and when I washed it out, you can see here that it was very orange. It was very gold and not necessarily exactly what I was going for, so I knew I needed to tone it. Next, I mixed up my toner and I applied that to all of the areas that I had lifted the night before. Once again, trying to avoid getting any color on my ends. The exact formulas are going to be written in the description box below for the colors that I used, both to lighten my hair and to tone my hair. So both of those are down in the description box. You can check them out. But anyway, so I applied that toner and let that process for about 30 minutes and then washed that out. You can see right here how when I was blow drying it, how that turned out. I was much happier with the results after it was toned. It kind of brought that brassiness down, brought a little bit of that shine down, and made it look a little bit more natural and not so artificial. When I washed it out, I was really happy with the results, but I realized that I wanted a little bit more dimension and lightness around my face. So I don't have footage of this because I applied it actually at my salon, and I don't take my camera with me to the salon, but you can see, especially when I go like this and pull my hair flat, that I have like a foil right here, and then I also have 2 more around my face. I just put 3 foils in my hair going with my part, so you know it continues all the way for this whole section, but there isn't any of that blonde color underneath. This is the same color that it had toned to, but all it is was just taking foils, or taking a section like this, doing a really fine weave, so not chunky at all, going like this, and then foiling that up. And I tried to get no bleach on my ends. I did need to tone that with purple shampoo. So all I did was I took those same sections, this portion of my hair, and applied purple shampoo, which if you haven't heard of, I'll link it in the description box below, but it's basically just purple pigmented shampoo. There's no developer, or it doesn't have any like lifting properties to it. It just has enough purple pigment to kind of cancel out some of the brassy undertones. So I applied that to that section on dry hair and let that sit and process for about 40 minutes. So it was there for a really long time. And I didn't apply that through my ends, or else my ends would have turned very lavender. So I just did that to that root section that was a little bit still brassy, even though I had lifted it with bleach in a foil the day before at the salon. And then everything else is just that color that I initially lifted and toned to. So I guess I should do a close-up so you can actually see how it's working. This purple that you see, the tint on my scalp, that's from the purple shampoo. So, like I said, it was sitting on there a really long time and it stained my scalp as well as my hair. So, you know, that's what that is. Close up, I will show you guys the color that doesn't have that dimension. So this under part, yeah, this is the color that it lifted to without the dimension. And then these blonde pieces are the added dimension that I put in afterwards. So if you didn't want to do that step, you would get results like this. Oh, let me show you the back. My hair is super, super thin and fine naturally, so it probably looks like I damaged the crap out of it, but I didn't. This is just how my hair is. I don't think that it's more damaged. I don't think that it did anything negative to my hair. My hair still has a whole lot of shine. It still seems really strong. It dries well. I'm really, really happy with the results. I didn't want to make this video for you so that I could promote doing your hair at home. That's not the point of this hair transformation video. What I wanted to show you was that there are more than one option to lift your hair than just bleach. That you can use, and you can ask your hairstylist for alternate options like using color to lift your hair. There's a lot of benefits to using color to lift, and I just kind of wanted to show you guys that there's another option out there in case you're curious. To me, it feels like it's a healthier option. It gives a little bit more of a natural result. It's not going to be that bright white. You can tone it at the same time if you mix it properly. And I will say you don't have to use color all over like I did. You could also foil with this same method. So it could be highlights but using color instead of bleach. Anyway, hopefully you guys learned something or enjoyed this little hair transformation and all of the steps that it took in order to get here. If you guys have any questions about this process or suggestions for future videos, then just leave those in the comments below. As always, thank you guys so much for watching, and I will see you in my next video. Bye! That's a loud motorcycle.